If you like this video, please make certain to thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Today we're going to talk about how to determine the size of your solar panel and battery backup requirements. Now you may ask yourself, how do you calculate how many solar panels are needed to power your whole house entirely off of solar? Solar power is the way to the future in energy development. Completely renewable, sustainable, and fairly reliable, solar energy is becoming more and more of a reasonable energy source and less of a craze. So if you're thinking about getting in on this sustainable resource for energy, you first will have to do some significant planning. You need to know exactly how much equipment you're going to need to buy to maintain your current state of living. And that has to do with calculating the number of solar panels that your family will require. There are numerous calculators available on the internet regarding solar panel calculations. However, you can follow these simple steps to calculate by hand today. This project's difficulty is moderately easy. Things you'll need: a pencil, paper, and a calculator. Now, to determine the number of kilowatt hours, or kWh, your household uses on a typical day, this can be done by examining your electric bill and dividing your monthly kWh measured by the number of days in the billing cycle. Now, to note, for a more accurate estimate, you should look at your year-end kWh, or kilowatt hour usage, and divide by 365. Then we'll need to calculate the amount of energy that can be stored in your battery bank. To determine the size of your battery bank requirements, you'll use this formula: total load in watts times days of backup storage divided by system voltage times efficiency after system losses. As an example, the average household uses 29 kilowatt hours per day, and let's say you want 2 days of backup storage with a 24 volt battery system. That's 29,000 times 2 divided by 24 times 0.8, which equals 3020.83 amp hours at 24 volts. Most 24 volt batteries will sustain roughly 5 amp hours, and since you will also be charging your system on a daily basis with the solar panels, you can assume that there will only be a 5% draw on your batteries. Thus, 3020.83 divided by 5 equals 604, times 0.5 for our percentage of draw on the batteries equals 30.2, or a bank of 31 24 volt batteries. Now that we've got that out of the way, we need to calculate the number of solar panels needed for your battery bank. We do this by dividing the total amp hours per day, 3020, by the average sun hours per day, based on the solar isolation chart. In our case is 4.2, to get the total solar array amps needed. Determine the peak amps produced by the solar modules that you are looking at purchasing. You'll need to divide the module's wattage by the peak power point voltage, which is 17 in our example. Divide the total array amps by the peak amps and round to the highest whole number, which comes out to 43 for our example. And this gives us the total panels needed for our home application based on the energy requirements and the solar panels that we're looking at purchasing. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can download a copy of this in PDF format, as well as a link to a full test load calculator to help you in case you don't have access to one of your own. If you like this video, please remember to subscribe. Check for a link to our Facebook page, Google+, and more in the descriptions below.